So where this story actually begins, that fills in the explanation of the question, is not with the characters Dante and Vergil, and not within the universe of Devil May Cry itself, but rather outside with the creator or creators of the series story lore. And what happens when you look at all these kind of Japanese philosophies for the complexity of the human emotional system and predicted reactions and possible reactions to various trauma and stimuli, what you find is through all these themes that these authors, these writers, they are drawing from something 100%. And it's either one of two possibilities. We don't have infinite possibilities for this. So the concepts behind the character for Dante and Vergil, they are either drawn from the self-awareness and self-observation and questioning of the author or authors themselves, or else they are drawn based on sort of reimagination of some kind of historical stories or scripts, or a passed down tradition of, kind of like a Japanese marketing concept for story writing. Like you'd imagine in schools and various colleges, a sort of handbook popular in Japan or something like that, sort of informing the writers, the authors, the mangaka on concepts that are relatable for target audiences. If you're targeting teenagers going through certain situations, more or less volatile in one way or another, you use this type of a story. Here's a few kind of sequences that represent something where you can kind of market out to that and create a kind of artistic product and merchandising and all that, and so on and so forth, according to a great many variations of all those things we see as common tropes and themes in the anime, in the games, and all these things out of the Japanese mind. But getting back to the point of only having two possibilities, actually these two kind of leave us with the same conclusion. So if it's an individual or a bunch of individuals sort of pulling ideas out of themselves, out of their own emotional experiences, traumas, reactions to it on the spot, then what you have is either an individual sort of extracting the character of Dante and Vergil out of himself based on their own meditations, inner observations, and predictions, or sort of a conglomerate group funneling those same kind of experiences in a united dialogue and discussion and working as one entity, pulling Dante and Vergil's character again out of itself. And the other possibility is basically almost the same, only it would go further back to sort of ancestors and meaningful writers, poets, etc. of the past who influenced Japanese culture, a sort of handed down tradition or handed down education and instruction that these people receive, but really you're dealing with then kind of the same thing, just going further back to a more ancient source. So the characters of Dante and Vergil, their way of dealing with situations, their form of self-conduct, manners of speech, it's coming out of some source which is one and the same, either as a group functioning as a composite unity, as one entity, or some person in either the company or history. And now if I say it in this sense, everything I'm saying should make sense to you now. Hello there, Eric McRae here, Asparagus Party. Just want to share a friendly reminder that if you enjoy the content I'm producing, it's very helpful for me if you would like the videos and subscribe to my channel, and also that if you're willing or interested in donating to help my channel growth, I do have a donor box page and a link in every video description. With that said, let's get into the video. Thank you very much for your time.